We got a guest here with us today. We're not going to reveal who that is. Y'all may be able to see part of him right now, or maybe the stain on the shirt. But last week we had Kyle Gazande, busy lunch.
Autopilot Worship.
Hope y'all enjoyed getting to know him a little bit.
Great guy.
Wonderful guy. Be on the lookout. In fact, this week we're dropping a
May 27th.
That'll be this week.
This week, yeah.
I think. Yeah. If it's not, just know that we
Next
released
week.
this at the wrong time, right? Or it may already be out, you know.
May 27th?
Yeah.
No, that's 2 weeks from here, Doug.
And next week is what we meant.
No, it's this week.
May 27th?
We're releasing this next week.
This is coming out next week.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the song. What was May 20th?
Yeah. I don't know. It's coming out soon.
Yeah. Sorry for the confusion. We're running up on our 30-minute deal. But anyways, welcome to The Convo with Kurt and Colton, where we talk about music, life, and reality.
I'm Kurt.
And I'm Colton.
And this is The Convo.
Where's he at?
Austin?
Let us pray. Yeah, man, welcome. We prayed, and here you are.
Austin Keith.
So can you tell us who you are and what your job title and role is at First Pentecostal Church of North Little Rock?
So, like, my official job title, probably on the website.
Yeah.
Pastoral assistant and video director for First Pentecostal Church. I'm Pastor Holmes' personal assistant.
So does that mean if something happens to him, you become the pastor? You're the assistant pastor?
No.
I think that's what it means.
Is that what it means?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
That wasn't an agreement.
How far down the list would you be?
Probably like 33 maybe.
Okay, so I'd be 34.
Yeah, 34, yeah.
Perfect. Well, so what's your day-to-day look like?
I have no idea.
Really?
It depends. Yeah.
What's it depend on?
Depends on what Pastor Holmes wakes up and decides for me to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
In season, out of season.
That's right.
Do you enjoy your job?
I love my job.
What do you think about your boss? He listens, just to let you know.
He told me he doesn't listen.
He does.
No,
he definitely listens. Trust me.
No, I love my boss. He's the greatest boss out there. Couldn't get a better boss than him.
So what type of job would have to come up in order for you to leave?
I don't know.
Wow, that wasn't on the pre-show. you didn't think about that one.
He's like, oh, man.
Haven't even given that a thought.
What if your dad opened a restaurant called Austin's?
Good luck.
What if you opened a coffee truck called Austin's?
Also, double good luck.
Okay.
What if he opened a dumpling store called Daniel's?
That'd be tough.
You would do it for that. Yeah. I know you would.
Love me some dumplings.
I know how to get you.
Yeah.
All right, Austin. So anyone that's familiar with the church knows that, we had an app, Penny Tunes. We had a radio broadcast for many years, from the 70s until 2020, February. And then all of a sudden, boom, we were on Facebook. How did we get there?
Actually, we weren't on Facebook.
Okay.
Boom.
I'm sorry.
We were on Vimeo.
Oh,
Boom.
right.
Yeah.
Vimeo.
So it all started like 2 weeks before COVID. Everything started coming out. Churches started shutting down. Restaurants were shut down. Whole world shut down. Like 2 weeks before all that, we were like realizing we were going to probably have to do something. So we started searching options. Up until this point, we hadn't, like you said, we had no live stream. The only live stream we'd had was with Travis Dyke's little Instagram live, and that was like everyone's little site into our church. So we used some little app on. You could get like pair iPhones or iPads together, all on a network. And sorry, I'm not trying to.
I don't know.
I don't know when I can breathe because it's like so loud.
Yeah, it's so loud. Do you need something to drink? Here, how about some water?
Don't be nervous, man.
Yeah, no reason to be.
I just don't want to breathe.
You're married, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Get that out there.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, all right, I know.
You're married too, aren't you?
Yes, I'm married. We're all married.
I'm married as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Anyways, so we had these apps. You could pair them all together in the network. And obviously, we realized very quickly it wasn't going to work. Wasn't quite the quality we want. We had like one little iPhone down front on the left side, right side, and then we had one in the sound booth that vibrated like crazily whenever the subs would hit. So we just knew it wouldn't work. But the problem is there was no equipment like anywhere. Like everyone had already bought it all up. All the production shops had nothing.
Of course, we're talking about 2020, so it was the global pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
So fortunately, I had like 2 DSLRs. I had a little, I had a 5D Mark IV. It's actually that camera right there we're looking at. Yeah. I had that one, and I had a Panasonic GH5S for video stuff. I used that one for video, the 5D for video or photo. And Kurt had a friend. Like I had no clue about like broadcast, nothing. Kurt had a buddy in New York that had a buddy that worked for Blackmagic, and because you couldn't buy the Blackmagic capture cards anywhere. So basically, you just go out of your DSLR camera, via like HDMI into the Blackmagic card into your computer, and you could stream because your computer would read it like with OBS. So nobody had those anywhere in stock, nowhere, nothing. Well, Kurt's, I'm getting a call. I forgot to tell her I'm on the convo.
She would be understanding if she knew.
No,
We'll call her in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And she could be
Someone text her before you call her. I told her. Anyways, so no one had those capture cards. Well, Kurt's buddy, who had a buddy, worked at Blackmagic and sent us 2 capture cards with no...
they had no serials
no
or
serial
anything.
numbers, nothing on
Really?
it. Sort of shady, but hey... When you got to do the work of the Lord, man, you got to do whatever you got to do. So we had those 2 capture cards, and we used those 2 cameras. And we realized, this is going to be like a little longer than probably we really want. So we, as like the weeks went by, we'd add more stuff, and we added another camera for like another angle. And finally, we pushed the limits of the computer. Like you couldn't just plug in cameras into the computer anymore. It just didn't work like that. So we ordered a little ATEM Blackmagic switcher. It had like 8 inputs on it, and I mean we were killing. We had like lyrics at the bottom, like lyrics, little video stuff we could put on the top, and we had 3 camera angles.
And like everything was set up like right in front of the platform.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it was crazy.
We were ready for IM, so we actually didn't. We had a stage.
Yeah, full stage lighting up on the ceiling.
I feel like that helped actually.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because think about how far the depth and all that stuff would. Yeah.
Right. I'm sure that it did help because the footage from that phone camera propped up at the sound system 200 feet away probably looks sick with the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Are those services still online if someone went to look?
Yes, I think so. It's on our Vimeo page. It's all public. So, excuse me.
You're welcome. Are you excused?
What was the restaurant we ate at?
Waldo's.
Rex.
Had spicy chicken.
Yeah.
Dude, Jalapeno Ranch.
Shout out to
Come
them.
through. Shout out to Waldo's.
Anyway,
Sponsor us.
So
that.
Shut up. I got a stain right here from today. Jalapeno ranch.
If you're listening on the app, you have to go to YouTube
This Friday and check it. Whatever day you're listening.
on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see the stain on his shirt.
It's right here. It's pretty cool. Anyways, where were we? We bought a switcher, had lyrics and all that stuff. Well, then we realized, hey, like there's like thousands of people watching our services, and like it was like we weren't expecting it. So we moved from, I think with that setup, actually, reverse. It was a Sunday morning. Obviously, everyone's staying at home, and Pastor Holmes had been showing me this other platform that we were supposed to be using for streaming. Well, I was just being lazy. I didn't
remember that too.
Transition to it yet.
Yeah.
And I was just using OBS. Well, OBS is like a free thing that like thousands and thousands of churches were all using because it's free.
Mm.
And it was all on the same server, and something happened and it crashed. And the singers had already like started singing all this stuff, and I was getting like thousands of text messages. Hey, we're going to go live today. It's Sunday morning church. What's going on? We can't see anything. It's because OBS had crashed, and he had been telling me like over and over to not use OBS anymore. Yeah. So I about lost my job that day. I think that's the closest I've ever been to losing my job. But we pursued. Got that switched over to Livestream Studio 6, and we were solid till we used Livestream Studio 6. I think October of 20. When did we get? I'm trying to think when we got our phone system.
Remember.
I think we had it in October.
It was right before Mid America or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it was right before.
We had
something
Mid America
big.
that year too, didn't we?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So it was right before October that we got our whole system. So we used Livestream Studio all the way to that.
No, it wasn't right before a camp meeting because we had all the guys come.
No,
in.
we rented.
We
during
rented.
yeah.
Okay, that's right.
So anyway, we got to that point where like, camp meetings coming up, and it was like mainly an online like
That's what we
conference.
thought. It was
Yeah,
gonna
so we
be.
thought until everyone still showed up.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So
Shout out CDC.
yeah. So everyone still showed up, but we knew like that was beyond like what we were doing, like to push that to all these people. So I found some company. I can't remember the name of the company. So how it goes. I mean, y'all did a great job, but they were in Atlanta, and they came here, brought trucks. We set up a full broadcast system with like their little PTZs, and it was kind of like a introduction of like what we could have and what we could do.
Yeah.
So at that point, I called Tim Quarter from Diversified US Church House of Worship Production, and they came in, checked out the building, showed us all the cool stuff. And we told them like how we needed it, because we didn't want to be at the time. I mean, still, we tried to not to be like intrusive, like in the service,
A distraction.
right? So we try to be like as low profile, low key, stealthy as we can. So they helped us like, position all the cameras and yada, 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 all that stuff. So from that point, I mean, I think last year, I think we were close to 2 million viewers
Wow.
on our broadcast. So yeah, now we're constantly doing upgrades and all this cool stuff.
When you go back and watch that camp meeting, are we now on our own better than those professionals were?
Miles.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Even
that's
the
cool.
quality of just like the cameras and everything. I mean, they were really cool, but we have a really great team of volunteers who, really stepped up to the plate.
Was it the same cameras? Do we have the same cameras in there now that they brought?
No. So they're like Panasonic EUW 150 something. I can't remember
I've
the
been reading
technical-
on those.
Yeah.
150s, WE 48.
Yeah. Very
90
close.
peak.
No. I don't remember what. I think they had like a mixture of like cameras they just had like laying around in the shop
Mm-hmm.
that they made work. But yeah, I mean, we're still obviously not there yet. We're trying to do, the best we can. Trying to train new people every month.
We've recently got a new camera though, because some
Yeah.
people have mentioned that there's one camera that looks better than the
I
rest.
think they
Yes.
call it the Brody cam. Is that right?
Yeah, so we call it the Brody Cam, and the reason why we call it the Brody Cam is so we got a wireless roaming camera. We wanted it just for like it's we already have videographers and photographers every service that capture every single service except for this last Tuesday when I forgot to schedule someone.
Almost got fired again.
And almost got fired again.
Shout out
that was
Jaron.
really bad. Yeah, thanks, Jaron. Anyway, so we already had the guys running around, so the church is like used to seeing them running around, get shots and footage. So we're like, well, let's just add a Teradek on the back of it and go to our system. So we added another camera, and Brody Blakely was the first one. He's one of the videographers. He's actually on staff at the church.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, just run out there. Let's get some shots with this stuff. So he was the first one, so we just call it the Brody Cam, and it just stuck. So
Very
it's-
popular with the
Yeah.
online audience.
Yeah, the online, and we really used it for our Easter production
Yeah.
for that Easter Sunday for IM, so people get like close-up shots of.
What kind of camera is it, and what's like? How does it communicate with the board and stuff?
So the cool thing is it's actually, I mentioned we had 2 Panasonic GH5s for our broadcast, like in the beginning. Well, sort of, you want to like keep all your color patterns the same, so I just grabbed one of those Panasonic cameras and like put some like broadcast rigging stuff on it, and it works great with our what we have, because the sensors and lenses all different, but for the most part you can get the colors to match a lot better.
So what does your broadcast setup look like now?
Well, we have, let's see, right now we have 2 operators that run the PTZ cameras. We're adding another one actually.
PTZ cameras, for those people who don't know, are just robotic.
Yeah, they're just robotic cameras, so they're unmanned cams that with the person with the joystick, they like operate and move the cameras and wherever the location is. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those robotic cameras around the room. And then we have, how many instruments do we have on the platform? I don't even know.
6.
Yeah, 6.
I think we have like 15 cameras total on our broadcast, plus the roaming camera, Brody Cam, whatever. But we're actually
Baptismal and the baptismal.
Yeah, the baptismal too. So yeah, I think total we have 15. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that. But just go through our service and watch every shot that we take. If it's different, then count it. No, but I think there's 15. But we're adding another joystick back there now that operates the wireless cameras. But what we're doing with that is it's going to be, so we're going to move to iMag. So iMag, image magnification, the big screens that are up in the sanctuary at the top. We're actually adding 2 lower ones, and we're going to do lyrics on the bottom and iMag on the top.
Oh, cool.
So we're
people
adding,
on the balcony will be able to
Right.
see expressions.
Yeah, we're going to really fill that thing up.
Yeah.
So we are going to run iMag up there. So we'll have a separate switcher that will only run iMag, like tight shots.
Yeah.
And then one person controlling a joystick who only, like, that's all their focus is. So there'll be 3. We have a switcher, 4, roaming camera, 5. We're adding another roaming camera. So we'll have 6 just operators for that, and then plus a video director that we're scheduling every week. We have right now 4 social media moderators that all they do is reply to comments. Like, initially it started off just like commenting back to nasty comments like, oh, no mask, blah, 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 or yada, yada, yada. Won't get into all that. But now it's like,
when people are racist.
yeah, or yeah. But now it's like turning like a big thing. Like every week we have, and all the moderators, I think there's like a team of like 25 that do it every month that are scheduled.
Wow, that's good.
And they're all connected to the Facebook like Connect account. So like we get, I'm not exaggerating, like probably 500 messages like every few days of people like, hey, asking for prayer or looking for churches, yada, yada, yada. And we'll like reach out to districts and whatever and, help facilitate that. So that's all come through broadcast and live stream. So we have every service, we have 4 moderators that comment back, 2 on YouTube, 2 on Facebook. And then we have a pro presenter in the back that all they do is run media, lyrics and videos and stuff like that. So it's a big operation.
Bigger operation, yeah.
What do you
times have really changed. Times have really changed. Now it used to be like your ushers and greeters were the first people that people connect with. And now you're online. Really,
yeah, absolutely.
Before you ever visit a church, you'd probably check them out online and see.
Sure.
So it's very important to have a good. One thing I had noticed that we could highlight is that, I mean, yeah, we have a lot of money invested now, but at the beginning it was just whatever parts you had laying around,
Absolutely.
and it made it work, and
Yeah.
it still delivered the message of getting the message out there, reaching people who are at home not able to go to service. So I think that's something that we should highlight to some of the young people out there. Hey, you don't have to drop a big dollar. You can just start somewhere and then,
work your way towards it?
Yeah, so one of the things, actually, we still have them. We're actually going to send them over to our Christian school. But we, one of the cameras that we added for an extra angle was like I think it was a Sony Handycam X or something. Mm-hmm. It was like $500 at, I know $500, but comparatively to like a lot of broadcast equipment, that's relatively cheap for whatever. But we added one of those cameras. But I mean, just for like a scale, like that's what we started with. A $500 Handycam camcorder that just so happened to connect to our stuff.
Yeah.
So I think, you can definitely do stuff. At one point, we tried to hook up some GoPros to our stuff. It's like impossible.
Bunch of fish out.
You had to have like a GoPro 3 for it to work.
I
or
remember
something.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, you can definitely do anything. Just put your effort into it.
What do you wish you would have known then that you know now?
Well, definitely one thing, just listen. Like, you're told to like get rid of OBS, get rid of it. Yeah.
So what would your opinion be on a budget-friendly live stream option or setup? So maybe like a cheap option, a better option, and then like a best option. You're good.
Cheap. What's the cheapest way you could get your service online? Yeah. Cheapest.
Like, let's say I go start a church down here, and I want to stream for this Sunday. If y'all are welcome to come join me or pay tithes or whatever.
Yeah. What's the cheapest way?
The cheapest way, I mean, definitely. Like I think you said, or I said earlier, like the Sony Handycams. I mean, that's a really cheap option. There's like a.
What would you connect that to?
So there's like a little mini ATEM.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also like maybe $500.
Yeah.
Maybe actually I think it's like $299 actually.
Wow.
It's got 4 HDMI inputs on it.
So you could connect 4 cameras to that?
Yeah, so you can connect 4 to it, and you can do, it's like an audio jack. You can, like, it's like basically an aux cord, so you just have an out of whatever your soundboard is or
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
into that. So I mean, you could be out the door. I mean, with one camera, I mean, I would try to get 2 cameras. I think it just adds more interest than basically someone looking like it's security footage or something.
Yeah, you could always add more later, I guess.
Yeah, and you'd always. So I mean, if you really wanted to, and then like 2 HDMI cables plus a computer, but I feel like just about everyone has a computer. You definitely have to have a computer stream.
Yeah.
Just find. I mean, it doesn't have to be like high powered or anything. Just find that computer. The ATEM Mini comes with like an ATEM software that you download, and you can like see like your multi viewer and stuff on there. So I mean, you could be out the door for like a decent whatever broadcast for like $1,000
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And you can send to, like I said, you can send to Vimeo. So we actually started on Vimeo. I forgot to mention that. So we started on Vimeo. We didn't really know like what it all was, like sending it to Facebook and YouTube. I don't think we were ready for that yet.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually were getting lots of views on Vimeo. But once we started going like, hey, this is like going really well. So like, let's just go to Facebook. And Facebook, like there's lots of foot traffic, going through there. People are traveling, like going different pages, all of that stuff. So we added Facebook. And then as time went on, YouTube is actually a higher quality, lets you upload at higher quality, 1080, I think, or 4K, whatever. But Facebook only allows you 720.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like mono audio or something. So we moved to YouTube, and our YouTube like following is actually pretty large now too.
Nice. That's awesome. So that's a pretty good segue into church media. So
Yeah.
do you run the church media page?
I do. Me as well as Liz Ruby. I think she'll be on the show here soon or something.
Yep.
And then we actually have a new guy. His name is Brody Blakely. He's helping a lot with like the video production and like he's learning graphics and stuff. And then obviously, Pastor Holmes is like the head honcho,
Yeah.
like genius graphic designer.
Right.
He can do all of our jobs. He just doesn't have time.
So last week somebody asked me who designed the Convo logo, and I said Pastor, and they're like, "Really? Your pastor's a graphic designer?"
Yeah. He also
Like,
designed
yeah.
that.
Right.
He's done all of our albums.
Yeah. Does he still like do anything?
So yeah, for like all of his sermons and stuff, like he does all of his own sermon art. People ask me like, "Did you do Pastor Holmes sermon arts?" I'm like, "Nah, like not even close."
Yeah, I saw that one Tuesday night. I was looking at it. It was really cool.
Yeah. Usually like I'll do like some guest ministers or evangelists. If they don't have it already made, I'll make them like right then. But no, he's the design genius. He can literally. I walked in the office the other day, and I just was walking past, and he had his headphones on, and he was locked in learning After Effects. I was like, I'm out of here.
So Pastor may be subscribed to some of these folks' YouTubes.
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, I try to like, as well as we have a big photography team as well. I should give them a shout out.
Were they here on Tuesday?
Oh yes.
So that was my fault. They were all actually there, but none of them were scheduled. So that's my fault. Yeah, like yeah. Anyways, that was my bad.
Touchy subject.
Yeah. No, we have a really good photography team as well. Every service besides this past Tuesday, they go in there and they just take a lot of pictures, and then we'll edit and try to like post throughout the week.
Yeah.
Or we'll try to like make like special events, post and like promotional for camp meeting or Father's Day or Mother's Day, whatever. So,
so do you guys have like a schedule for your post, or is it just kind of are you led by the Holy Spirit?
sort of both.
Sort of.
No, we don't have like a set schedule. We probably should. We're sort of working on that. But we just try to like have posts, like at least 1 or 2 posts a week of something, whether it be a story or a reel or just a regular picture photo or something.
We've automatically got 3 live services every week, so that's pretty good content as well.
Sure.
What accounts do you follow for like graphic design ideas or creative ideas?
I follow just like a bunch of random like church design. Like, I mean, I could just give you guys links. You could put them in the your YouTube or whatever.
Appreciate it.
But one I really like to follow. He's He's sort of like out of the box designer. His name is Joe Cavazos. Pastor Holmes actually turned me on to him. He's probably one of the greatest graphic designers I follow. We've actually done some work with him before, collaborating with some like past camp meeting stuff. But as far as like graphic design, there's several like video designers that I follow on YouTube or subscribe to, whatever. One of his name is Adam Schiffer. Adam Schiffer. Brody, what's the other guy's name that we always watch? He does like all the reviews and stuff. You can cut this out, right?
No, we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, just behind the scenes.
We always watch him. He
people
does the like all the camera tutorials and stuff. I cannot remember his
Brody
name.
no either, man.
Yeah.
Like what kind of camera do you use?
It's like the cameras that do like video.
I can't remember. He does like editing tutorials and stuff too.
Kurt, you want to talk while?
Yeah, what software do you use for video?
Yeah, we'll just skip the video
Yeah,
for it.
Yeah, we'll forget that, man. Y'all just get it on.
What
YouTube.
software do
Just
you use for
y'all
video
just figure
and-
it out. Just figure it out on your own.
So the softwares I use are Apple based, Final Cut Pro for video editing. Most of our stuff, it's just, to me, it's what I started on. It's super easy, super quick. I know a lot of people, there's a big debate, Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. I do like both of them. I learned Premiere in college, but I don't know, it's just easy.
So you went to college?
Y'all didn't know y'all was talking to someone super
I
educated,
learned,
huh?
man. I learned, man.
Learn it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Scholar and a gentleman.
Yeah, all the way around.
Or gentleman and scholar, yeah.
Gentleman
That's,
scholar.
that's your phrase. No, obviously not a scholar. Anyways, so I use Final Cut Pro. It's just super easy, super handy. It's whatever. And then for graphics, I use Photoshop.
Nice. And how did you learn? Because I know I knew you before you worked at the church, and before that, the only thing you had designed that I knew of was that you had that big book you drew all the Pokemons. So how did you get into church design?
I would
that?
not even know where to start to draw a Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah.
Well played.
Honestly, so how it happened, she'll probably tell a part of her story, so I won't like steal it all. But Pastor Holmes' secretary, she does graphics as well. She was gonna have to
Who's
move.
better, you or her?
She was gonna have to move, and she called, or she's like, "Hey, you're gonna have to learn this stuff." So like, I like literally just dove in, like had no experience with Photoshop, nothing. And actually, it would irritate me because I'd ask her for help on something, and she would send me a link to lynda.com to like learn, and it would make me so mad, like actually so mad. And then Pastor Holmes was super compassionate with me. He's like, "Hey, just come in here and sit here and watch me work."
Yeah.
So literally, whenever he was like working on graphic stuff, he would let me come sit in a chair, and I'd literally just watch him make graphics and just like learn that. And then like if I need help, I never went to Lynda. I think I went one time. I was like, I will never go to Lynda. So, and then just, YouTube, and now Instagram is like crazy loaded with like tutorials and stuff. So
Nice.
What's your favorite font?
Lulo Clean.
Is that like Papyrus?
No,
Okay.
not even close.
Definitely not. Is that like Times New Roman?
I think Lulo Clean or Texta. Just like really clean fonts.
What do you see yourself doing in church in the next 5 years? I know you watch Pastor do graphics. Will you be preaching maybe?
I don't think so. Just whatever the Lord has for me.
Okay.
That's right.
Will you still be watching Pastor make graphics in 5 years?
Probably so. He's still getting better. Yeah.
He's still studying up.
Yeah.
What's your favorite camera setup? Dream rig.
Dream rig. So I've actually never worked. I've seen lots of videos and stuff with it, but I know a lot of people use like the red Komodo dragons, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed that'd be like a dream rig, but actually Canon just came out with a new, I think it's called R3 or no, R5S.
All right,
R3
Canyon.
is cool.
We'll tag them in this.
Yeah.
Send them one if you guys got an
Please,
actual one.
I'd actually love to have one. It's actually, I think it's called a R5S. So basically what they did in this camera right here is the R5. I didn't even explain to what cameras
can
we have
see
now,
that.
but we'll get to that. We have 3 minutes, I think, something like
Do we
that.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, we're like almost out of time. It's 28 on there.
Yeah. So anyways, it's a R5S. It's basically the same thing as a R5, but they put fans in the back to cool it down so it doesn't overheat. So it has all the same features as the R5.
Oh, wow.
It's like 4K 120, 8K 30. It's pretty crazy, but it doesn't overheat. So
Any vendors you recommend?
Canon.
Very nice.
Yeah. Canon lenses, Canon. I mean, even the people that use Reds use Canon lenses. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We didn't even get into the fact that you play drums.
Should we stop and
I'll
then
have to put that to
do
the
like 10 more minutes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
All right, so
Graphics, video, pastor's assistant, and
drummer.
drummer. Tell us about that.
So I've been playing drums since 2010.
Wow.
Yeah. It's 2022 now, so 12
years. Wow. Who's on the platform first? Him?
Me.
Colton,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
You're
couple
older.
years older
Oh,
than
yeah.
him.
Yeah, so I actually saved my money. I had to work like all summer and bought like a sound percussion kit, or so I thought I had a kit. I got to Guitar Center, but got the whole box home and realized it didn't come with like cymbals, foot pedal, nothing. So I had shells with nothing.
Perfect.
So it sounds like one of those little sob stories, but it really is true. So like, my dad had worked for a paint company at the time, and so like we had like all these 5-gallon buckets, and so I grabbed 2 of them and I put my snare on one, and then I sat on one.
And got to shedding.
I literally would kick my kick drum and like just try to play like the tones. Finally, Paul Connor, shout out to him. He lent me some.
You still have it?
Some A customs, right?
Yeah, some like old vintage A customs and some like hardware, and then Colton came over and we just shed,
Yeah.
like
Nonstop, bro.
shed, man. We shed like
IBC
some old
records,
IBC
Ty
stuff.
Tribbett.
Ty Tribbett was our
Nonstop.
jam.
I remember whenever I figured out Son of Man, your mom came in to watch us play it. That was killer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. Now you're doing records.
doing some records.
Favorite band?
Like to play with.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have to say Kurt Canhigh, Matt Ewing, Travis Dykes. I can't think of any guitar players. Can you? Brett. Yeah, Brett.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I love playing with that band. Oh, and
Yeah,
Colton.
thank you, man.
He
What
was-
would you want me to do? Play guitar?
Just hit record.
I could do it.
Yeah,
I got you.
that's probably my favorite band to play
I
with.
appreciate that.
So you were on that David Jennings "We Need the Rain" that's out now.
Yes,
Sounded good.
thank you, man. I appreciate it. We had a good producer.
Oh yeah.
More coming. All right, now we've got our rapid fire segment. So what we'll do, Kurt will ask one question, I'll ask one question. The goal for you is just to answer these as fast as you can without thinking and also without saying something that would embarrass you.
That's the goal.
All right, go ahead, Kurt.
One restaurant in Little Rock everybody should try while they're here for camp meeting. Can't say Bennett's.
Samantha's.
Yeah, I agree. Go-to coffee order,
Oh man, where?
Fidel.
Fidel. Probably the Dolce de Leche latte.
I haven't been there in a long time. Favorite cymbal brand?
Sabian.
Nike, Adidas, or New Balance?
Gucci.
Okay.
Piece of gear you recommend under $200?
Just anything, drums, camera.
Anything, any of your vocations.
Oh man, under $200.
Yeah.
Why y'all ask me questions like that?
He don't know anything.
Yeah,
about
under
this.
$200. Like what? His
Like
belt costs more than that.
ND filter. I don't know.
Wow.
Tripod.
You don't have a camera or nothing. Speaking of tripod, look at our setup here. The combo's on a different budget. The last one for you: prayer or fasting.
Both.
I am. Appreciate that.
And tithing.
That's right.
And offering.
And holiness.
Temple.
Yeah, that's right.
Temporal offering.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining in today with us. We hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We actually had a better podcast before this, but we didn't hit record.
Yeah.
So
This
this will
is
have to
part
do
2.
for now. Join us next week. We'll have another episode that goes in line with our church music department development theme.
Check us out at camp meeting June 3rd through 7th. Will you be there?
Sure. I'll be there, I think.
Okay.
Also, check us out for all your Convo merch needs. theconvokc.com, hats, hoodies, coffee mugs, all that good stuff. And Kurt, what do you say? We'll have a merch table or at least some merch.
Yeah, we'll
peek?
be all over this summer for merch.
Yeah, so check us out. We hope you enjoy. If you're listening on the podcast app, please go leave us a 5-star review.
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
That's right. Anything you want to add?
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, Austin, thanks.
We appreciate it.